In a world where dreams sometimes feel distant, there are hidden secrets that people rarely talk about. These secrets are not just about success, but about the hardships, struggles, and emotional battles we all face. This is a story about a man named Ethan, who started as a dishwasher in a small restaurant and became a restaurant owner. His journey was not easy, filled with grief, heartbreak, loneliness, and challenges. But through it all, Ethan learned that success is more than just achieving goals. It's about finding the strength to overcome loss, rise from disappointment, and hold on to hope when everything feels lost. Ethan's story begins in a small town in Ohio. He grew up in a humble home with his parents, who worked hard to make ends meet. His father, Thomas, was a mechanic, and his mother, Sarah, was a nurse. Though they weren't wealthy, they always emphasized the importance of hard work, kindness, and perseverance. Ethan admired his parents deeply and wanted to make them proud. But life wasn't always kind to him. When Ethan was in his late teens, tragedy struck. His father, Thomas, who had always been a strong, healthy man, was diagnosed with cancer. Ethan's world turned upside down. He saw his father slowly deteriorate, and the man who had always been his hero became weak and frail. The pain of watching his father suffer was unbearable. Ethan felt helpless, torn between wanting to stay by his father's side and needing to make money to support his family. During this time, Ethan took a job as a dishwasher at a local diner. It wasn't glamorous, but it provided a steady income. Working long hours, washing dishes, and cleaning the kitchen, Ethan found solace in the rhythm of his tasks. But the sadness never left him. His father's health worsened, and one day, Thomas passed away. The grief was overwhelming. Ethan couldn't say goodbye in the way he wanted. He had so many unspoken words, so many things he wished he had said. He felt guilty for not being there in his father's final moments, and the weight of that guilt stayed with him for years. After his father's death, Ethan found himself lost in a sea of emotions. He was angry, heartbroken, and confused. He felt as if the world had abandoned him. But deep inside, there was a spark of something that told him he could do more. He remembered the lessons his father had taught him about perseverance and hard work, and he knew that he had to keep going. Ethan's work as a dishwasher wasn't easy, but it gave him a glimpse into the world of the restaurant industry. He became friends with the kitchen staff, learning their roles and asking questions about the business. One of the chefs, Marco, saw Ethan's potential and took him under his wing. Marco taught him how to cook, and slowly, Ethan began to feel like he was part of something bigger. Cooking became an escape from his pain, a way for him to channel his grief and frustrations. But as Ethan grew closer to his dream of becoming a chef, he faced another obstacle. The restaurant owner, Mr. Thompson, was struggling financially. The business wasn't doing well, and layoffs were inevitable. Ethan feared that he would lose his job, and with it, his hopes of ever owning a restaurant. He watched as other employees were let go, and the restaurant's future grew dimmer by the day. It was a painful reminder of the constant battle between dreams and reality. Then, one fateful night, disaster struck. There was a fire in the kitchen. It started as a small accident but quickly spread, causing significant damage to the restaurant. The building was closed for repairs, and for weeks the employees were left without work. Ethan, unsure of what to do next, was devastated. He felt like he had lost everything he had worked so hard for. But in the midst of this loss, something changed inside him. He realized that he didn't want to give up on his dream. He had come too far, and he couldn't let this setback stop him. With the support of Marco and a few loyal friends from the restaurant, Ethan decided to take a leap of faith. He used his savings, along with a loan from the bank, to buy the damaged restaurant and rebuild it. The process wasn't easy. There were long hours, endless paperwork, and constant challenges. Ethan faced financial struggles, self-doubt, and the pressure of being responsible for everything. But through it all, he refused to quit. As he worked on renovating the restaurant, Ethan found an old letter his father had written to him before he passed away. In the letter, Thomas shared his pride in Ethan's determination and encouraged him to never give up on his dreams. Reading those words brought Ethan to tears. It was a bittersweet moment, full of love, regret, and hope. He felt his father's presence in the room, guiding him, pushing him to keep going. The day the restaurant reopened was emotional for Ethan. He had worked so hard, overcome so many obstacles, and lost so much along the way. But now, standing in front of the restaurant he had rebuilt from the ground up, he felt a sense of accomplishment and pride. He had turned his grief into something beautiful. He had made his father proud. As the years went by, Ethan's restaurant grew in popularity. He expanded the menu, hired a talented staff, and built a loyal customer base. He became known as a chef with a story, someone who had fought through loss, failure, and heartbreak to achieve his dreams. But Ethan never forgot where he came from. He always remembered the sacrifices his parents had made for him, and he made sure to pay it forward. He offered scholarships to local students who wanted to pursue culinary arts, just as Marco had once helped him. Through his journey, Ethan learned that success wasn't just about money or fame. It was about the people you meet along the way, the lessons you learn, and the strength you find within yourself when everything seems impossible. He had lost so much, but he had also gained so much more: a purpose, a family, and a future. The restaurant became more than just a business for Ethan. It was a place of healing, a place where people came together to share meals, laughter, and stories. He watched as customers celebrated birthdays, anniversaries, and milestones in his restaurant, and he realized that his father's dream had become his own. He had built something that brought joy to others, just as his father had brought joy to his life. But the journey wasn't over. Even as Ethan achieved his dreams, He still faced challenges. There were moments of doubt, moments when he questioned whether he was enough. But through it all, he remembered the lessons of sacrifice, hope, and resilience. He knew that no matter what came next, he would keep moving forward. In the quiet moments when Ethan found himself alone in the kitchen after a long day, he would think of his father. He would look at the old photo of Thomas that hung on the wall and smile. His father may have been gone, but his spirit lived on in every dish, every customer, and every success. Ethan had become more than just a dishwasher. He had become a symbol of perseverance, a man who had turned loss into triumph, and a restaurant owner who had built his dream from the ground up. And in the end, that was what truly mattered. Not the fame, not the money, but the journey, full of heartache, healing, and hope that had led him there.